Dale Carnegie, How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job. And How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job, Dale Carnegie sheds light on how to combat fatigue, make work engaging, and form meaningful connections. The summary encompasses insightful advice on channelizing positive thoughts, dealing with criticism, and tapping into the desire to feel important. It sheds light on how relaxation techniques, like starting with the eyes, can help, while providing examples like Theodore Roosevelt and Sigmund Freud to emphasize the shared human desire for importance. More than mere self-improvement tips, Carnegie's book gives the reader a perspective on life and work that enables them to overcome challenges and lead a fulfilling life.
Finding the antidote to work exhaustion. Our mental and emotional state affect our physical exhaustion from work. Desk workers may feel tired not because of mental fatigue but because of emotional factors. Anxiety, stress, and feeling unappreciated produce nervous tension that wastes much of our body's energy reserves. The key is to practice effective relaxation, starting with the eyes, to release muscle tension and regain energy. It's essential to identify whether it was work or how we worked that caused the fatigue and combat it accordingly. Beat work fatigue. Boredom, not work, causes tiredness. Being productive can make you feel energized. Setting challenges and positive thinking can eradicate work fatigue. You might have experienced feeling exhausted after work, and it's not because of the work itself but the boredom it brings. Psychology professor Dr. Joseph E. Barmack made a group of students take tests he knew wouldn't interest them, causing them to feel drowsy, weary, and irritable. This experience shows that boredom lowers blood pressure and oxygen consumption, which eventually leads to physical symptoms such as headaches and upset stomachs. When your job does not interest you, feeling tired and worn out is unavoidable. Even if you theoretically love your job, other activities outside of the job could hinder your progress, leaving you feeling energy depleted and with headaches. But when you're productive and in the zone, you feel yourself flooded with energy and enthusiasm. The good news is that you do not have to resign to experiencing eternal fatigue. To generate interest in what you do, you need to set challenges for yourself. For instance, when you find yourself spending hours filling out forms, you can count how many forms you complete in an hour and try to beat that record the next hour. The sense of competition can make a monotonous task more interesting. Throughout the day, redirect your thoughts to positive feelings such as happiness, peace, and courage. Reflecting on what you're grateful for can shift your mood when work boredom gets you down. With these tips, you can beat work fatigue and soar high. Dealing with unfair criticism. King Edward VIII learned a valuable lesson as a teenage prince that people often attack others to feel important and resent those with better education and success. It's important to know that unjust criticism can be learned to be ignored and not to feed the dispute. Instead, one can focus on following their heart and even laugh in the face of unjust criticism to disarm attackers. Eleanor Roosevelt followed her heart to overcome fear of others' judgments, and Charles Schwab laughed during a wartime argument to thwart the assault. The power of feeling important. We all have a desire to feel important, according to psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud. It's a need that often goes unmet, leading us to crave attention and validation from others. The key to motivating others lies in expressing sincere appreciation, which satisfies this primal need. Successful managers are those who inspire their teams by making them feel valued. Our interactions with others provide an opportunity to express appreciation and empower those around us. By recognizing and acknowledging the talents and contributions of others, we can transform lives and build deeper relationships. The power of genuine interest. Dogs can teach humans a lot about forming friendships. By showing genuine interest in someone, you appeal to their self-centric inclinations and attract them like a magnet. A study by the New York Telephone Company found that "I" was the most frequently used word in phone calls, highlighting humanity's self-centric inclinations. To win loyalty, take an interest in others. Theodore Roosevelt made an effort to learn names, greet people in person, and remember their hobbies, making him loved by everyone at the White House. Small, selfless acts like remembering someone's birthday can deepen the bond between friends. If you want to connect with others, shift your focus to what you can do for them. Embracing humility. Theodore Roosevelt and Andrew Carnegie's experiences demonstrate that admitting one's potential mistakes not only fosters open-mindedness but can also potentially change others' minds. Theodore Roosevelt was known for his exceptional leadership, but he understood that achieving success meant acknowledging the possibility of being wrong. As humans, we're often quick to dismiss others' perspectives without considering their validity. However, such an approach is unlikely to change minds. It's crucial to create the space for people to feel supported and safe to share their thoughts. When someone presents us with information that we believe is incorrect, it's vital to avoid attacking or belittling them. Instead, we can suggest that we'll examine the facts further before making a final conclusion. By doing so, we allow ourselves and the other person to see the situation in a different light and seek the truth together. This approach fosters open-mindedness and encourages others to do the same. Admitting one's potential mistakes can be challenging, but it can also bring invaluable rewards. Andrew Carnegie's experience highlights this point. When he shared his feelings about the exorbitant cost of his new drapes, his friend who thought he'd been overcharged responded smugly, hurting Carnegie's pride. He then defended his purchase, despite recognizing his friend's perspective. However, the next day, a different friend admired Carnegie's new drapes and shared that she wished she could have such elegant curtains in her home, which made Carnegie feel safe and comfortable. He admitted that he couldn't truly afford them and recognized the error in his decision. Feeling safe and supported created an opportunity for Carnegie to show humility. In conclusion, embracing humility can create space for open-mindedness, which builds the foundation for creative thinking, potentially changing others' minds, and reaching a meaningful consensus. The power of yes in persuasion. Socrates' method of asking questions to change opponents' points of view revolutionized human thought by leading to a positive outcome. Similarly, the power of persuasion lies in prompting a yes response. By creating space for people to embrace ideas on their own terms, we can resolve differences and achieve a positive outcome. The principle of buy-in is a tool to motivate people, used by Adolf Seltz, an automobile showroom manager in Philadelphia. By making employees' ideas part of a moral bargain between the manager and the team, sales increased exponentially. This principle can help resolve differences of opinion between friends or family members too, as it ensures a positive outcome and everyone feels good about the decision. Constructive criticism. The key to providing effective constructive criticism lies in the approach used. Starting with a compliment and then mentioning the problem with a "but" rather than an "and" could cause the recipient to focus more on the negative aspect. Instead, one could role model a potential solution, as E.G. Dillistone, an engineer, did with his secretary. Managers too can follow a similar approach for improved results. By sharing his own struggle with spelling and how he overcame it, Dillistone gave his secretary the chance to grow, made her feel valued, and motivated her to improve the quality of her work. Charles Schwab's approach to employees caught smoking at the steel mill, where he gave them cigars and asked them to smoke them outside, was another practical example that enhanced employee compliance.
By the end of this book summary, readers will learn to embrace relaxation techniques, adopt an open-minded approach in the face of criticism, and harness the power of appreciation for motivation. With powerful examples and engaging anecdotes, Carnegie shares insights on how to fuel positive energy, cultivate genuine interest in others, and lead with humility. Overall, How to Enjoy Your Life and Your Job provides an instructive and engaging take on carving a more fulfilling life for yourself, both in your personal life and in the workplace.